We are going to talk about how to dream your offer into being. Welcome back to Prosperity Pep Talks. These are short transmissions on sacred leadership and how to activate your business as a sanctuary for your soul's calling as a leader, coach, facilitator, or healer. I come from a lineage of spiritual leaders and female entrepreneurs. My business is my devotional offering to Source. And if you love all things enchantment and magic, and you're building a business and you love healing work, you offer healing work, this is for you. We're going to be talking about creating an offering because the truth is, if you want to have a business, in order to have that business and have it not be charity, which it could be charity, but if you want your business to support you in your livelihood in the structure of our current society, it has to make money. And there's so much we could do to talk about money. Maybe I'll do that on another Prosperity Pep Talk. But in order to make money, you have to have an offer that people can pay you for, right? And in order to have an offer that is nourishing for you to deliver and for your people to receive, it has to be rooted in a few different things. It has to be rooted in your own unique wisdom so that as you deliver it, it feels like you are really anchoring into your purpose. It has to be rooted in a modality that you're confident in, that you've been trained in. It has to be rooted in solving a problem for your clients so that it's transformative for them as well. And in order to have a grasp on all three of those things, the problem that you're solving, the modality that you're confident in, and the soul wisdom that you're bringing forward, we need to begin the process of creativity. And this phrase just came to me, like dreaming your offer into being, like sacred vision work, sacred dream work, and utilizing this for your offer creation. And often people overthink it, or they're trying to replicate something based on what they've seen somebody else do. Or in this day and age, people are often using AI to give them ideas. And AI, I just did a Prosperity Pep Talk on this. You can go watch that after you're done with this one. But AI is helpful to organize thoughts, but it is not what you want to use to give you the idea for your offer. Hi, welcome live. I'm happy you're here. Yes, I know it's been a second since I did my live Prosperity Pep Talks. I had to take a little bit of a break. It's been a week, but we're here and I'm so happy. Yes. And we'll continue talking about dreaming our offerings into being. So I'm going to ask you some questions, and whether you already have an offer or not, I think this will be really supportive for you. So in bringing an offer to life that can act as a pathway to supporting your livelihood, to being a prosperity income stream for you that is nourishing to deliver, nourishing for your people to receive. First, you need to anchor it into your soul wisdom. So I want you to consider, and this is a big question. This is something that you're probably going to want to sit with. You're going to want to dream on, muse on for the coming few days. And I would love to hear from you after you listen to this pep talk and you sit with this question. Come back to me. Let me know what came through for you. I would love to witness you. But what is the soul message you're here to share right now in this moment in time? Like, what if you could blast a message into the consciousness? Yes, get your notebook. If you could blast a message into the consciousness of all beings, what would that message, and not from like a weird point of mind control, I'm just like a frequency, and this is a good message, I'm sure. Like, what would you want that message to be? What is the message you want humanity to receive right now? And you can allow this to come to you. And if you're here live, I would love to hear from you in the comments. Like, what is the message? Because you're going to share it with us now. Like, that's you in alignment with your soul's wisdom. And for those watching the replay, you can put this in the comments too. I would love to read it. What is the message you are here to share with the world right now? And I can share with you my message. And if you've seen any of my recent posts, you'll have seen this message. And it changes over time. But my message right now is you are here in this time for a reason with a purpose. You are here in this time for a reason with a purpose. If I could instill that remembering and that magic into the hearts of people, I think I would also want to instill like life is so magical and you are deserving of enchantment. Like that's another one. One that I was really anchoring into the past couple of years was if you can make it sacred, you can get through anything. Like allow yourself to find the sacred, even in the challenging pieces, even in the darkness. Before that, the message, and you can see this in my offerings, the sacred method was born out of that soul message, right? So zoom out. We're talking about dreaming and offering into being. The first part of it being your soul message. I dreamed that offer, the sacred method, which has made $50,000, right? Like I'm serious. When you tap into your soul medicine, you create beautiful abundance for yourself. The sacred method has had 20 people go through it. Like it's amazing. So you get to dream this into being. Before the sacred method, before that soul message of if you want to get through something, you need to make it sacred. That's the way to get through something. My soul message was rooted in self-love. It was like, you are deserving of loving yourself. There's nothing you have to do to earn self-love. There's nothing you can do to earn self-love. It's simply a choice to love yourself and to love the parts of yourself that have been unloved. That was my message. And that was my self-love coaching business. And then the self-love coach certification course was helping people how to carry that message further than I could on my own. So I want you to consider, what is the message that you're here to share? A comment comes through. Vic Levin says, Mother Earth is a mirror, however, on her side to multiply what we give her. Beautiful. I love it. She multiplies what we give her. I see. Mother Earth is a mirror. On her side, she multiplies what we give her. Oh, absolutely. I feel that truth. I feel that truth in my bones. Thank you for that medicine. Okay. So we have the soul message. The next piece that I named is, what did I say? Solving a problem for your people. That's one of the pieces. Solving a problem for your people, right? So you want to consider what it is that people really, like the people you want to help, are really struggling with. What is the solution that you have for them? And ideally meet them where they're at, understand in their words, like what is the struggle for them? And how can we, with our beautiful gifts of modality and soul medicine, help them relieve themselves of suffering, right? Our whole job here is to reduce suffering in the world and expand light consciousness on the planet. So how can we help people reduce suffering? And in order to do that, we need to first name what the suffering is. So what is the problem that you can help people solve? When I first started my business, it was I help people heal their relationship to their bodies so that they can finally feel confident, joyful with food, loving towards themselves, and beautiful. It's shifted over time as my offerings have shifted over time. But that was a problem that I was solving and still do, especially for those who still go through my self-love coach certification course. That's a huge part of it. So the message in the problem I was solving then is still continuing to be solved now, which is beautiful. It's a legacy building thing, right? Once you create an offer that can live on beyond you, it's a really powerful way to ripple out your soul message into the world. So we have the soul message, we have how you're reducing suffering, identifying the problem that you're helping people with and what that looks like in the transformation. The third piece is a modality that you're really confident in. And it could be multiple modalities. I use transformational coaching. I use ceremony and ritual, right? I use energy work and attunement. You can divination. You can use all different types of modalities, but you need to have at least one that you are like, I'm an expert in, or at least I'm developing my expertise in for the ethical, for you to be able to do this work ethically and sustainably. I'm going to read this comment. People sometimes need help seeing the value of what already is and what already exists around them. Yes, absolutely. They do. That's so beautiful. Right? So we have our soul message, how we're reducing suffering, how we're helping people transform and heal, and the modality that becomes the vehicle, the pathway for that. If you can identify those three things, you have an offering that not only will be nourishing for you to deliver, will be maybe not like effortless, right? It does require effort to do our work in the world, but will feel, how does it feel? When I create offerings that I love, it feels like I'm channeling. It feels like I'm a river. Like I am just allowing the energy, the wisdom that I have from my soul wisdom, the wisdom that I have from my modalities I've been trained in by mentors, and the wisdom that I have based on the people that I've worked with and the suffering that I've reduced. I'm just allowing that to channel through me into frameworks that I can pull from and utilize and apply to various circumstances that people might be moving through. So it's not effortless. I certainly have, when I'm creating offerings, I certainly have, especially as a mom, I have nights where I'm up till 11 or midnight, which isn't that late comparatively to how I used to stay up. But, as a mom, that's late for me. Typing away, working on my thing, brainstorming. But I love it, right? It's nourishing. I'm like deep in the creative vortex. I have more offerings in my consciousness, in my notes app, than I could possibly have the time for creating right now because of the priorities in my life. But because I allow myself to open up to these three questions and I sit with them regularly, like I have there's so many programs that I want to create. There's so many offerings that I want to do. There's so many courses I want to record. And I simply prioritize based off of what people are asking for in the community or what I have capacity for, or what feels like a strategic move on my part to solve problems for people and keep the lights on in my business. So we have to have a little bit of strategic discernment. Right? You might, when you open up the gateway of the creative well to flow through you or to come forth from you, you might have multiple offerings. So how do you decide which one to do? And that's kind of the question I just answered, right? You determine what makes sense in your season of life and your capacity, what people are already asking for. And if you don't yet have a robust community, I encourage you to talk to as many people who fit within the demographic of the people you want to serve as you can. Listen to exactly what they're saying. Look at the landscape of their life and see how you can mold this offering in a way that will actually work for them and sit with them and make sense. If I offered the self-love coach certification course as like an in-person live training over 6 months, it would not reach nearly as many people as a go at your own pace, watch the videos on the app on your phone, like attend to the calls when you can. Like, it's just so much spaciousness and flexibility, which allows more people to do it, right? I saw the landscape, and that also suits me in the way that I want to teach. So you want to consider how your offer could be delivered in a way that matches the lifestyle, the desires, the needs of the people that you want to serve, and also matches your lifestyle, desire, and needs. Dream your offering into being and notice how abundant and creative you feel. It's called the healing arts for a reason. We're artists. where we facilitate the art of transformation. It's a beautification of life process. You know, from having gone through your own personal development journey, how there can be challenge, there can be sticky things, there can be resistance, there can be times that feel like you're really climbing up the mountain, but it's so worth it. And you have this opportunity, if you're a healer, facilitator, coach, to give people reduce suffering in such a meaningful way. Like, looking at the landscape of the world right now, can you imagine if all of us just made the decision to help reduce suffering and to beautify the world for each other, to help each other beautify their lives? How different things could be. And you can do your part in that, and there's a ripple effect. I can't tell you how much feedback I've received from people who've done my programs, who say, and I say this like verbatim, it blows my mind, who are like, I'm a better person now. That means that they're causing less harm in their lives. The work has certainly made me a better person. I'm more responsible. I'm more aware. I take accountability. I am way less harmful in my communication, even if I'm like feeling triggered. You know, if we can ripple effect this elevated way of moving through the life with reverence for each other, that's such a potent, transformative thing that you get to help people do as a healer, coach, facilitator who is rooted in integrity. And by creating an offering in the three things we've talked about today, your soul wisdom, the modality you're confident in, the solving a problem, reducing suffering, this is your part in healing the planet, and it supports you in your livelihood as a prosperous, abundant income stream. Yes. Hi, Kate. Kate says, beautification of life. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad we were able to be here live. Before we end, if you have any final thoughts or questions, now is the time. If this is really resonating with you and landing with you, I have a whole offer ecosystem development in the Hearth. I currently have it structured. I shut down enrollment while I am doing the archetype temple. So I have it by application only. So if you feel really, really called to get in there, let me know. You can go to hearthtemple.com to read about it. But if you feel like you need the modality training, the self-love coach certification is open right now. And that's an incredible program that's been open for 6 years. We've had over 400 graduates. I can send you over 300 testimonials and that I have accumulated over time, simply based off of like what people have submitted in their Module 6 assessment. Not everybody has like given me permission to share their assessment. Obviously, not everybody wants to, but the majority of people have. And so I can send that to you. You can read through as many as you want. But the Self-Love Coach certification course is a really, really powerful, internationally accredited program. I see a comment from here. I wonder if this is my sign to open up the clients again. I don't enjoy the idea of people being dependent upon me versus self-reliant in their own practice. What boundaries do you put in place? That's a great question. I don't consider any of my people to have ever been reliant on me. I think that when you bring people into work, if you have that as an agreement, and I guess I kind of say this in different ways, but I don't say it as explicitly as this, but you could even say, I am not responsible for your transformation. I'm responsible for giving you the tools, for witnessing you, for holding you, for giving you a safe place, however you want to frame this. You are responsible for the work that actually transforms your life. And then you can have like literally just give yourself office hours. And I'm actually not great at this, but I feel really good about my balance. I live and breathe my work. I love my work. I love to wake up to messages in various communities that whether it's Self-Love Coach or the Hearth or the Sacred Method, those are the three most active communities I have right now. I love, like, I have other things I do when I wake up, but if I, even 30 minutes after waking up or even less, like if I open my phone and that's what I see people deep. That happened this morning. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. If you find that you're calling in people who are in crisis and relying on you, then that is a shift in your in your ideal client and the way you're positioning your offerings and your energy. But I would say the people that I call in at this point in my business understand, whether it's implied in the energy or explicit in the agreements that I have in any of my offerings, that they are, like, there is a self accountability. I weave in radical self-responsibility into all of my teachings very intentionally for multiple reasons. And that's one of them. Let me know if that answers your question. So have really clear agreements in place and expectations. And I find for me, like, I love my people. It's like, I love my work. It never feels like a burden. And the way that I've structured my business, there's only, I can probably, and I've had over 500 clients, more than that. I can probably count on my hand 4 people. I can think of 4 people out of 500 where I felt resentful. And even that resolved. Either we resolved it in honest and loving communication, or they graduated out of whatever I was offering and we separated and went on our ways, and that was fine. Or they up leveled through my coaching. I just attuned myself to showing up differently to meet their needs so that they weren't quite as reliant on me. It was an opportunity for me to grow as a coach. But anyway, I'm glad that that was helpful for you. And again, 4 out of 500 plus, and I don't see those 4 people as anything wrong with them. I can just remember the energetic reciprocity feeling off. So that was a learning for me and a growth for me as a facilitator. And so I am grateful for that. And I can think of, in at least one of those cases, witnessing a huge transformation out of that victim mindset, and being able to facilitate that, to witness it, well worth it. This morning I woke up, to paint a picture for you. I woke up to messages in the hearth let me just read one to you. It doesn't feel like a burden, because 99.99999% of the time, these are the messages I wake up to. I loved the full moon. I'm reading it now. I loved the full moon practice. It was potent. I loved the practice of sensing my higher self. I feel a shift in my energy. This was so nourishing. Being here in this space allows me to feel like I'm stepping into my future self. I'm reading now, other people. I love this safe and supportive space. This space is so warm and nourishing, right? People are just talking, they're just talking about how much they love the program. This is in the hearth. Waking up to those messages in your business, that's never a burden. Never a burden. I got another one about the self-love coach certification. This was a great one. One of the main reasons I rushed so much to join the self-love coach certification is because I wished to be a mother, and I felt a strong pull to start before you gave birth, because this person started in the training back in September or something, before I gave birth to this baby who's now 6 months. It's been a blessing to witness you lead your business with so much grace, all while taking care of your baby and family. So inspiring. Even if I've been slow on the program, I feel like I'm right on time. Thank you for your care in such a busy time in your life and your business. Truly appreciate it. I mean, come on. These are unprompted messages that I get to wake up to all the time in my business. It's the best. And it is absolutely possible when you are creating a business rooted in your soul's message, in the modality you're confident in reducing suffering for the people that you want to serve. This is just a natural, organic evolution of that. I'm glad that this has been inspiring for you, and I hope that you feel motivated to create or refine or grow your offering in your business so that you can create more abundance in your life, so that you can create more magic in the world. And if you want support in doing that, I have so many different offerings to support you, so many different places. So you're welcome to send me a DM if you want to share with me at any point. Anybody who's watching, you want to share with me what you're working on, I can point you in the right direction. Even if it's not one of my offerings, I am so immersed in this industry, I am certain I would have a resource for you. All right, my loves, thanks for joining me. It was so good to be back for our Prosperity Pep Talks. I hope to see you soon. If you have any topics that you want me to cover at any point in the future, please let me know. You can comment or send me a DM or an email, melanie@melaniemonaco.com. These Prosperity Pep Talks are posted across my Substack, YouTube, and my podcast, which is Sacred Healing and Enchantment. All right, my loves, I'll see you soon. Blessed be.